So today we're going to cover the time frame for getting a septic layout approval for either a custom home or an accessory dwelling unit through the county of San Diego. So this has been significantly increased the timeline to get this done because of COVID-19. So typically prior to COVID, we were seeing anywhere from like 2-week time frame, roughly 2-3 weeks max. And you can have an approval time you actually had your engineering done or your septic layout that was drawn up by maybe your septic contractor was submitted to the county, and it would take that 2-week time frame to get that approval. We're now seeing it taking 2 months to actually get an approval for a septic layout. So it's increased fourfold as far as the timeline to get that done. And the reason that's critical is because let's say you have a tight lot, like for an accessory, you're putting a new accessory dwelling unit on a property that's already got an existing primary dwelling. You're not sure if this is going to get approved. It may not fit. It's really tight. We've got to get the engineering done. We got to get it submitted and get an approval before we actually want to spend money to actually do the design and the plans and then submit that for a building permit. So really critical that happens first in order to get that, make sure we're not wasting money on the plans and actually moving forward with your project before we can get a septic system in. So they're now saying additionally the plans are taking anywhere from 5 to 8 months to get an approval for a building permit. So we're talking from septic layout, if you don't do them simultaneously, to where we have an issue with the lot, we're wanting to make sure the septic's good. We're talking 2 months for the septic layout, and we're going another 5 to 8 additional. So significant increase in time where building permits before were taking 2 months. So that's the same thing for custom homes. If you have a tough lot that's actually got like high groundwater, you got to put an alternative septic system in. If there's any other reasons there could be a problem that we would foresee, we want to get that septic layout approval prior to actually moving forward with the design and construction of the home. So it increases that time frame as well. Now, if we don't have a problem, we can do this simultaneously, so we're not losing a bunch of time. We can start the design. We know the septic's going to be good, but you got to get that in on the very beginning, the septic layout submitted. That way you're actually getting those two things done at one time. So the last layout we submitted that was in Escondido was on July 16th. It's now September 9th, 2020. And we are just now getting word that we may have an approval next week. So a full 2 months on that septic layout, and that's for an ADU in Escondido. So that's kind of the switch up, what's happened recent. We'll keep you posted on what's changing, but right now we're having to strategically plan on the front end on how to get these project timelines to shrink because of the longer timeframes that the county is putting us through as far as the permitting process. So hope that helps. If you want more information about building a custom home, building an ADU, you want pricing, we got a ton of information on septics. All of that is on our website. You can go to tfgonline.com and you can download a ton of information. There's a ton of information on our blog as well. So, all right. Hope that helps. Thanks again for your time and have an excellent rest of your day.